Hi. So glad you could join us. We're reading today from the Complete Jewish Bible, which is a translation of the Hebrew Bible. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 through 9. Shema. Hear, Israel, Adonai our God, Adonai is one. And you are to love God, Adonai your God, with all your heart, all your being, and all your resources. These words which I am ordering you today are to be on your heart, and you're to teach them carefully to your children. You're to talk about them when you sit at home, when you're traveling on the road, when you lie down, and when you get up. Tie them on your hands as a sign. Put them at the front of a headband around your head, around your forehead, and write them on the door frames of your house and on your gates. Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 14. Our Father in heaven, may your name be kept holy, may your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us the food we need today. Forgive us what we have done, as we too have forgiven those who have wronged us. And do not lead us into hard testing, but keep us safe from the evil one. For kingship, power, and glory are yours forever. Genesis chapter 28. So Isaac called Jacob, and after blessing him, charged him, "You're not to choose a wife from the Hittite women. Go now to the home of Bethuel, your mother's father, and choose a wife there from the daughters of Laban, your mother's brother. May El Shaddai bless you, make you fruitful, and increase your descendants until they become a whole assembly of peoples. And may he give you the blessing which he gave Abraham, you and your descendants with you, so that you will possess the land you will travel through, the land God gave to Abraham." So Isaac sent Jacob away, and he went to Padan Aram, to Laban, son of Bethuel, the Aramite, the brother of Rivkah, Jacob's and Esau's mother. Now Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob, and sent him away to Padan Aram to choose a wife from there, and that as he blessed him, he charged him, "You're not to choose a Canaanite woman or as your wife." And that Jacob had listened to his father and mother and had gone to Padan Aram. Esau also saw that the Canaanite woman did not please Isaac, his father. So Esau went to Ishmael and took, in addition to the wives he already had, Machpelah, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebaioth, to be his wife. Jacob went out from Beersheba and traveled toward Haran. He came to a certain place and stayed the night there because the sun had set. He took a stone from the place, put it under his head, and laid down there to sleep. He dreamt that there before him was a ladder resting on the ground with its top reaching to the heavens, and the angels of Adonai were going up and down on it. Then suddenly Adonai was standing there next to him, and he said, "I am Adonai, the God of Abraham, your grandfather, and the God of Isaac. The land on which you are lying I will give to you and your descendants. Your descendants will be as numerous as the grains of dust on the earth. You will expand to the west and to the east, to the north and to the south. By you and your descendants all the families of the earth will be blessed. Look, I am with you. I will guard you wherever you go, and I will bring you back into this land, because I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you." Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, "Truly Adonai is in this place, and I did not know it." Then he became afraid and said, "This place is fearsome. This has to be the house of God. This is the gate of heaven." Jacob got up early in the morning, took the stone he had put under his head, set it up as a standing stone, poured olive oil on its top, and named the place Beit El, house of God. But the town had originally been called Luz. Jacob took this vow: "If God will be with me and will guard me on this road that I am traveling, giving me bread to eat and clothes to wear, so that I return to my father's house in peace, then Adonai will be my God. And this stone which I have set up as a standing stone will be God's house, and of everything you give me, I will faithfully return 1/10 to you." Joshua chapter 4. But after Ehud had died, the people of Israel again did what was evil from Adonai's perspective. So Adonai handed them over to Javin, king of Canaan. He ruled from Hatzor, and the commander of his army was Sisera, who lived in Harosheth Hagoyim. The people of Israel cried out to Adonai because he had 900 iron chariots, and for 20 years he cruelly oppressed the people of Israel. Now Deborah, a woman and a prophet, the wife of Lapidot, was judging Israel at this time. She used to sit under Deborah's palms between Ramah and Beit El in the hills of Ephraim, and the people of Israel would come to her for judgment. She sent for Barak, the son of Avinoam, from Kadesh in Naphtali, and said to him, Adonai has given you this order. Go, march to Mount Tabor, and take with you 10,000 men from the people of Naphtali and Zebulun. I will cause Sisera, the commander of Javin's army, to encounter you at the Kishon River with his chariots and troops, and I will hand him over to you. Barak answered her, If you will go with me, I will go, but if you will not go with me, I will not go. She replied, Yes, I will gladly go with you, but the way you are doing it will bring you no glory, because Adonai will hand Sisera over to a woman. Then Deborah set out and went with Barak to Kadesh. Barak summoned Zebulun and Naphtali to come to Kadesh. 10,000 men followed him, and Deborah went up with him. Now Heber the Kenite had cut himself off from the rest of Cain, the descendants of Hovav, Moshe's father-in-law. He had pitched his tent near the oak at Sa'ananim, which is close to Kadesh. Sisera was informed that Barak the son of Avinoam had gone up to Mount Tabor. So Sisera rallied his chariots, all 900 iron chariots, and all the troops he had with him, from Harosheth Hagoyim to the Kishon River. Deborah said to Barak, Get going. This is the day when Adonai will hand Sisera over to you. Adonai has gone out ahead of you. So Barak went down from Mount Tabor with 10,000 men following him, and Adonai threw Sisera, all his chariots, and his entire army into a panic before Barak's sword, so that Sisera got down from his chariot and fled on foot. But Barak pursued the chariots and the army all the way to Harosheth Hagoyim. Sisera's entire army was put to the sword. Not one man was left. However, Sisera ran on foot to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, because there was peace between Javin, the king of Hatzor, and the family of Heber the Kenite. Jael went out to meet Sisera and said to him, Come in, my lord. Stay here with me and do not be afraid. So he went into her tent, and she covered him with a blanket. He said to her, Please give me a little water to drink. I am thirsty. She opened a goatskin of milk, gave him some to drink, and covered him up again. He said to her, Stand at the entrance to the tent, and if anyone asks you if somebody is here, you say no. But when he was deeply asleep, Jael, the wife of Heber, took a tent peg and a hammer in her hand, crept into him quietly, and drove the tent peg into his temple right through the ground, so that he died without waking up. So here is Barak pursuing Sisera, and Jael steps out to meet him and says, Come, I will show you the man you are looking for. He goes into her tent, and there is Sisera lying dead with the tent peg through his temple. Thus God on that day defeated Javin, the king of Canaan, in the presence of the people of Israel. The hand of the people of Israel came down more and more heavily against Javin, the king of Canaan, until they had completely destroyed Javin, the king of Canaan. Psalms 28. Adonai, I am calling to you, my rock. Do not be deaf to my cry. For if you answer me with silence, I will be like those who fall in a pit. Hear the sound of my prayers when I cry to you, when I lift my hands toward your holy sanctuary. Do not drag me off with the wicked, with those whose deeds are evil. They speak words of peace to their fellow men, but evil is in their hearts. Pay them back for their deeds as befits their evil acts. Repay them for what they have done. Give them what they deserve, for they do not understand the deeds of Adonai or what he has done. He will break them down. He will not build them up. Blessed be Adonai, for he heard my voice as I prayed for mercy. Adonai is my strength and shield. In him my heart trusted, and I have been helped. Therefore my heart is filled with joy, and I will sing praises to him. Adonai is strength for his people, a stronghold of salvation to his anointed. Save your people, bless your heritage, shepherd them, and carry them forever. Matthew chapter 28. This is the last chapter of Matthew. After Shabbat, as the next day was dawning, Miriam of Magdala and the other Miriam went to see the grave. Suddenly there was a violent earthquake, for an angel of Adonai came down from heaven, rolled away the stone, and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothes were as white as snow. The guards were so terrified at him that they trembled and became like dead men. But the angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid. I know you are looking for Joshua, who was executed on the stake. He is not here, because he has been raised, just as he said. Come and look at the place where he laid. Then go quickly and tell the Talmudim. He has been raised from the dead, and now he is going to the Galilee ahead of you. You will see him there. Now I have told you." So they left the tomb quickly, frightened yet filled with joy, and they ran to give the news to his Talmudim. Suddenly Joshua met them and said, "Shalom." They came up and took hold of his feet as they fell down in front of him. Then Joshua said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to the Galilee, and they will see me there." As they were going, some of the guards went into the city and reported to the head Kohanim everything that happened. Then they met with the elders, and after discussing the matter, they gave the soldiers a sizable sum of money and said to them, "Tell people his Talmudim came during the night and stole his body while we were sleeping. If the governor hears of it, we will put things right with him and keep you from getting in trouble." The soldiers took the money and did as they were told, and this story has been spread about by the Judeans till this very day. So the 11 Talmudim went to the hill in the Galilee where Joshua had told them to go. When they saw him, they prostrated themselves before him, but some hesitated. Joshua came and talked with them. He said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make people from all nations into Talmudim, immersing them into the reality of the Father, the Son, and the Rosh HaKodesh, and teaching them to obey everything that I have commanded you. And remember, I will be with you always, yes, even until the end of the age." Numbers chapter 6, verses 24 through 26. May Adonai bless you and keep you. May Adonai make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you, show you his favor. May Adonai lift his face toward you and grant you his shalom. Thank you so much again for being with us. Until next time, shalom.